All right, let's take a look at some comping approaches that we can use in this track. Again, we're in the key of G, and we're going to use one of my favorite 9-chord shapes to start us off. It's this little guy right here. So we're playing from the lower strings to the higher strings, F, A, D, and G. It's kind of a sophisticated 9-chord. It doesn't have a third in it, but it has the 9 here on the 2nd fret, 3rd string. That's your A note. The flat 7's there on the F, and then we have the D and the G. What's nice about that is the bass player is really covering a lot of ground by going. So it creates a really cool sounding chord. And it's going to lock up great when we play the C9 as our 4 chord because we have this harmony that remains tight. Okay, so what's going to happen is we're going to go. And we'll take that, through the cycle, G9, C9. When we go to D9, we'll move the C9 up a whole step, back to C9, down a whole step, and then that little baby G9 chord right there. Another approach that we can take is, and one thing that I like to do is continue to make my rhythm parts more interesting, but still stay out of the way, is I'll use this G7 shape right here. This is very similar to sort of your D7 open chord shape here. But we do it like this. So we're going to use that G7. Then we're going to go to a C9 chord here. And then back to G7. We're going to use this D9. We're going to use this C9. But what I'll also do in between is I'll play a C9. And then I'll play a little C7 like this. And this is one of my favorite chord shapes. This is another great, what I call a rootless chord. It doesn't have a C in it because the bass player is taking care of that. You could play that here, and then for the D7, you can move it up a whole step. And if you wanted to experiment, you could even take it down here and use it for your G7. Okay, so those are 2 ideas as far as comping approaches go for this solo. Let's try those, and let's really make sure we make good use of them when the other person is soloing. We want to really have a solid comping approach on this one. All right, have some fun with that.